What it do, world? It is Wednesday. Sorry, I'm kind of late today, but it's time for the midweek pickup. How's everybody doing? Hope y'all had a good week last week. Hope y'all enjoyed last week's midweek pickup on faith. It was really, really good. I think it was really, really good. But it's September now, so it's the last quarter of the year. At the beginning of the year, of course, you all know, I said that we should all set quarterly goals that we should try and hit, each quarter or whatever. So it's the last quarter. So, of course, we know life happens sometimes, all the time, actually. So we may have gotten off track a little bit with some of our goals. If this has happened to you right now already, this is the last quarter. So, you know how important fourth quarter is, If you're behind in the fourth quarter, it's time for you to bear down, grind your teeth or whatever, do whatever you got to do to get your mind in the right place. And it's time to push forward and get through the fourth quarter on top. Even if you win this game by 1 point, you're still winning. So always remember, don't get frustrated, don't get discouraged. If you set some goals this year and the first quarter went great and you accomplished those goals, but the second quarter was kind of slow and you may not have accomplished the goals, if you set any goals to the back burner, this is the time where you go back and check on them goals, put some water in the pot, and make sure that you're not burning up the goals that you set. Because the great thing about fourth quarters is it's there for you just in case you do need to make that comeback. You still got time to do whatever you need to do to make it happen. It's crunch time though, so you got to remember, it may be the fourth quarter, you may be behind, but it's crunch time, so it's time to get to where you planned on being at, at the beginning of this year. There's no reason possible that you should be in the same spot that you were in January 1st, 2016 that you're in right now. I don't remember what today's date is, 12, 13, 14, September 14th. You should not be in the same predicament or situation. If you are in the same predicament or situation, then you wanted to stay in that predicament or situation. So you should be doing whatever you need to do to make that situation work for the best for you. You wanted to stay in it. You wanted to take the time out to do whatever you needed to do or whatever. Do what you got to do and, push through that situation because you put yourself there. So if that's what you want to do, make sure that you keep your goals in mind. Don't try and say other people are stressing you to the point. What I'm talking about is yourself, your goals, your personal achievements that you want to achieve. That ain't about nobody else. That's only for you. So always remember that and know, like I said, it's the fourth quarter. I'm challenging you now. There's some things that I got accomplished in these first three quarters that I said I wanted to get accomplished, and I'm cool with that. But it's time for more stuff to happen. It's time to keep going, and sometimes you have to have the mentality that I'm not saying that I'm not satisfied with where I am in life or anything like that, but if there's room for improvement, improve. It's no point in staying there. It's no point in staying stagnant. It's no point in getting comfortable to the point to where you stop working on yourself, because we always need to work on us. We are always a work in progress no matter what we're doing, and you always have to realize that and understand, what's really going on with you. Because again, I'm gonna tell y'all this again, we are our worst enemies. It's not somebody on the street. It's not our boss. It's not, family members. It's not mother and father. It's not your wife or your husband. It's not them. They're not your worst enemies. You are. You know you the best. You know what's driving you. You know what's motivating you. You know what's going to stop you. The other person, you might have let them know what's going to stop you. Or what would stop you or whatever. And they might try and use that to your advantage, but you got to know, You have to know that the only person who really, really can stop you is you, person-wise. You know what I'm saying? It is somebody else that can stop you, but that's not a person, that's God. So, he'll sit you down if you need to be sat down. But when it comes to, you doing for you and trying to do what you need to do for you, do it, period. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You know what I'm saying? Do it so you can get your goals accomplished and you can go to the next level. I want to level up. I told y'all before, you got to aim for the sky, because when you aim low, you know what I'm saying, you end up hitting the ground. If you aim for the sky, there is no cap to where you're trying to get to. And I'm trying to get to the top, and I know a lot of us are trying to get to the top. I get real thin up there at the top, you know what I'm saying? So if I got to hold my breath, for a few minutes, you know what I'm saying, to be at the top or whatever, I'm gonna have to do what I have to do so I can survive at the top and learn how to survive and stay in that position, you know what I'm saying? Because it's always a higher position to get to, you know what I'm saying? It just might be a little tougher to get to that position. That's why I use the analogy. The higher you get up in the air, the thinner the air go be, you know what I'm saying? But you can still breathe, you know what I'm saying, unless you out of space or whatever. But you might have to take shorter breaths or whatever, but you can still do it. So in life, you know what I'm saying, keep pushing through. I know stuff might get difficult, I know stuff might get hard, but like I said, we are our main enemy. Depression, stress, things like that, negative words and feelings that we end up putting on ourselves is the main thing that ends up stopping us from accomplishing what we need to accomplish. And that's why a lot of us don't see ourselves as our biggest enemy, is because we're looking to blame someone else for things that are going on. And yeah, it might be somebody else's fault that the situation is happening, but it's your fault that you're letting the situation continue to happen, or you're letting yourself be affected in a negative way. I can get some negative BS thrown at me at every angle all day long, you know what I'm saying, period. But it's about if I can see the negativity and how I bypass or try and step away from it, you know what I'm saying. That's the key goal that everybody should have for themselves, to be able to recognize bullshit and step to the side when it comes to you. Because trust me, it's a lot of things that we stress ourselves about, and then it's a lot of things that we end up putting ourselves in depression about, you know what I'm saying. And a lot of people sit up here and act like, just because you're not where you want to be at in life, they act like it's just over, you know what I'm saying. But you have to understand, and I've been pushing it real hard lately, and I'm gonna keep pushing it on everybody, because everybody knows. But when you were a child of God, you know what I'm saying, I posted this the other day because my pastor said this the other day, you are a work in progress. You are his workmanship. You are his. God made you, and no matter how old you get, you know what I'm saying, you're still God's work. He's still working on you. We got wrinkles that we can't see. God's earning them out for us, or trying to show us a way where we can earn them out for ourselves. Always remember, never get to the point to where you think that just because you're not where you think that you should be, or where society glamorizes most people should be or whatever. Never ever get so low on life where you feel like, you know what I'm saying, it's over. Because if you can think a thought that it's over, or you're tired of life, or you complain about it, just as you thought that negative thought, you can think something positive and turn your whole situation around. You know what I'm saying? And it's the truth, hell, read your Bible if you need to read your Bible, you know what I'm saying? Listen to positive, motivating things instead of looking at something that's always negative, you know what I'm saying? And it's all around us. We live in a world that glamorizes and fames up negativity, you know what I'm saying? And then we get the misconception that it's happiness, and then we want to be like, you know what I'm saying, and the Kardashians, or the Wests, or the Beyoncés and the Jay-Z's and stuff. And then but that's only because we only see the good parts of it. Don't think just because somebody's rich and famous that they don't have the same type of thoughts or the same stressors that you have. They might not be stressing about money, You know what I'm saying? But they may be stressing about life. You know what I'm saying? So always remember, while you trying to be like somebody else, or you trying to mimic somebody else's lifestyle, you might not want that, because their lifestyle may look good on the outside, but when it come down to the inside, they might be in a worse shipwreck that you ever thought you was in. And just because they have money, you may think that that's the key problem solver. And trust me and believe, I used to always think that money was going to solve every problem that it was. If I was depressed, I knew, hey, if I got money in my pocket or in my account or wherever the case may be, the problem gonna be solved. I'm gonna be in a good mood. Everything gonna be cool. That is incorrect, and it's one of the most incorrect, dumbest things that people think. But you do feel a lot better when you got a little money in your pocket, but that don't mean that life still ain't coming at you and attacking you at other aspects. You know what I'm saying? Marriages, relationships with God, you know what I'm saying? Relationships with your kids. You know, these are other things in life that we have to deal with, but sometimes we so focused on thinking that we not in the spot that we supposed to be in because we not making enough money to make, you know what I'm saying, this happen or that happen. And we sit up here and take for granted that, hey, my light's not off, my phone not off, you know what I'm saying, I got water, I can feed my family every night if you know what I'm saying, like I have to. We not missing meals, you know what I'm saying. But we get so wrapped up into society, we thinking that we lacking, and we not lacking for nothing, because we got everything we need right there, you know what I'm saying. And a lot of people don't see that. So don't let stress and depression guide your path, because it's gonna lead you down to the ground. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna fall flat on your face. I know it's easy for somebody to sit up here and tell you not to be depressed and everything's gonna be all right and blah blah blah, all the good hoopla, and you go say in your mind, it's easy for you to say it, but you ain't living it. Trust and believe, when you speak certain things into existence, it's going to happen, period. So you can make yourself not depressed. You don't need all the medicine, you know what I'm saying? You just need a better outlook on life, a better outlook on the positive situations and the positive aspects, even out of negative situations. You have to do it, because if you don't do it, that's when you stay stagnant and you wallow in depression and you get lower and lower and lower. And then you start waiting for negative stuff. You wait for what's gonna happen next, or you know what I'm saying, you're waiting for it. So you don't have time to enjoy life. You don't have time to enjoy the things that you have that are in front of you. You don't have time to enjoy the goals that you've accomplished since you either came to a different place or, you know, switched a different job. You know what I'm saying? You can't see the goodness because you so focused on the negativity. We have to focus on positive aspects. Again, even in negative situations, we have to look at the positive light in it, because it's always positivity in something. We just got to find it, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we ain't looking for it at all. It's there, we just got to find it, you know what I'm saying? So, again, wrap it up real quick. It's the fourth quarter. There ain't no more quarters. We not going into overtime after December 31st. None of that. It's a whole new year, a whole new beginning, you know what I'm saying? Let's not be in the same spot that we was last year. Let's not do it. Make the changes. Get the encouragement that you need. Whatever you need to do to make you get on the right track to succeed, do it. And let's get out here and succeed. And let's make all the negativity and all of the stress and all the depression, let's leave that in the past and never look back on it again, because it's in the past. With that being said, everybody have a great week. Have a good weekend. Put God first, family second. Everything else will fall into place. Stay positive. Don't let depression and stress take you under, because it's really hard to get out once you go under. Continue to pray, man. Continue to pray. Even if you don't want to, you can be driving your car in traffic, pissed off at the traffic. Just say a little prayer. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you by yourself, just talk to God out loud. You know what I'm saying? He's listening all the time. He's always listening. Even when you think he's not listening, God is listening. He's making notes. And another thing, something else that my pastor said this past week is, don't think that God is looking at the negative aspects of your life. You know what I'm saying? When we go up to meet God, God's not going to pull out the book and say, you did this you did this bad on September whatever, 19 whatever, you did this bad, you did this bad. God is going to mainly focus on the good things that you did in your life. So use that for encouragement, you know what I'm saying? And get up and let's get it, man. Let's get it, for real. That being said, I'll see y'all next week. Have a very good week, a blessed week. I'll see y'all next week.